Streaming all across the country, from Washington State to South Beach and the Northeast to the deserts of Arizona, to dive into all things football. You're listening to the B&E Podcast. Here's your hosts, Ed Donaldson and Brandon Simpson.
Week 13 is coming at you, everyone. Welcome to the latest episode of the Breaking and Entering Podcast. Good to have our co-host back. What's up, Ed? You ready for another weekend on the gridiron?
Yeah, man, I'm ready. Washington Commanders versus the Giants. I'm a little on edge about that, but we'll get into it. But first, I want to give a shout out to our first sponsor of the Breaking and Entering Podcast, Premium. Premium stands for Premium CBD honey products made with superior ingredients that taste amazing. Their ingredients, like raw organic honey and organic MCT oil, are hand-selected based on quality, flavor, and source. Likewise, their CBD hemp extracts come from top-quality indoor flower and not your average bulk. In addition to better ingredients, they go over and above third-party lab testing to vet the quality of their products. Premium products are small batch crafted when ordered and individually inspected for quality, safety, and freshness. Try Premium. You'll be surprised at how good CBD can taste. You can follow them on Instagram. Their name, Premium, which is spelled Prehemium. Thank you.
And you can see that you can see that at the bottom of your screen, everyone, as well. Go follow, like, subscribe, all that.
Yes, sir.
Good deal.
All right, let's get started with this opening drive. Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts is undergoing surgery for the MCL injury in his knee. I don't think he'll be back for the rest of the season. Even though they didn't throw him the damn ball much, I'm pretty sure they're going to miss him because he was a decoy out there for guys like Drake London and Cordero Patterson and them.
True.
Antonio Brown is wanted by Tampa Bay police for a domestic violence charge. It seems like he's always in the news these days, and it's not for football-related reasons. And Bills placed defensive end Von Miller on an injured reserve. He's also dealing with a meniscus injury. They'll hopefully have him back by the end of the year, but we'll see what happens. Before we get into these games, though, man, I gotta talk about this damn Washington Commanders Sean Taylor statue travesty that they had last week. I mean, I know you guys talked about it last week, but I had to get some thoughts in on it. So it just looked like a damn something they put together at the very last minute. I'm talking about like the night before, because you look at the statue, if that's what you want to call it. I don't think you can even call it that.
Mannequin at this rate.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even a regular damn mannequin. It was a damn wire string mannequin, and it didn't have none of his outfit that he was famous for, like the tape. He wore
the tape on the face mask. Yep.
Yeah, nothing like that. It was a helmet, jersey with 21 on it. It probably wasn't even a Sean Taylor jersey. I don't know. Some pants and some shoes. It was like Nike pants and Adidas shoes, or Adidas shoes and Nike pants.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a damn joke. I have no clue how you could bungle something like this. Props off to the Taylor family. They didn't make a big fuss out of it. They were just honored and happy that Sean Taylor's being memorialized. I guess we should too, but come on, man, you got to do better than that. Hopefully, in the off season they can change this around, because is this another bungle for this organization? Jason Wright, I'm looking at you, or this. You're the president of the team. I don't know how you got this. Let you get this past you, man. I mean, come on, y'all got to make this right. Y'all got to change that. Be for real about it, at least in my opinion. That's terrible.
Yeah, I definitely understand your frustrations, especially in an organization that's probably one of the wealthier ones in the league. The Ravens have 2 statues outside their stadium. You talk about Green Bay has Vince Lombardi outside their stadium. You can go on and on, all these statues. And when they said a statue to memorialize him, I was thinking, number one, it would be outside, and number 2, an actual statue, concrete. You can stand in front and take pictures. But then the night before, I got an update stating that it was going to be on the inside. I say, it's going to be some BS with this for sure. I didn't think it would be that damn bad. I mean, honestly, that's just a disgrace. Like you said, it's just absolutely uncalled for. I believe that they will, after receiving all the scrutiny, they will make another one during the off season. But it's a shame that they even put that out there, even if they wasn't in the negativity that they've been in over the last 1 to 3 to 5 years, whatever. still, I mean, that's just terrible. I can understand your frustration for sure. Everyone on that, Commanders fans, the Taylor family, they probably not saying nothing like you said. Everybody that's has negative feelings about this is rightfully so. So
Yeah,
we'll see if they
definitely.
respond, hopefully.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this Thursday night game last night. Bills beat the Patriots 24-10. The Bills are on their first 3-game winning streak against the against the Pats since the 92 through 94 season when they're playing the Pats in their stadium. Was wondering if you saw a lot of this game last night, because at first it was a good game. It was kind of close, and then the Bills slowly but steadily pulled away, and I want to say by like third quarter, the game was pretty much in hand for them. The Patriots offense was anemic. And Mac Jones, we were talking about this a little bit off air, but he seemed to be getting his feelings about it, because he said something about like this. I don't know if he said the short game or the quick game, but he said it fucking sucks, basically.
Yeah. Yep.
And he was pissed about it. Who isn't Matt Patricia or somebody the offensive coordinator?
Yeah, he's
He was a
calling the plays.
defensive coordinator guy, right? Yeah. So I
Yeah,
was
he's
always
a
confused about that.
well-known defensive coordinator, became a head coach because of his defense in Detroit, and then came back, and now all of a sudden he's calling plays. This is just so rare for Bill Belichick to have these issues, even with the play calling. You know what I'm saying? You don't have an actual defensive coordinator name. You don't have an actual offensive coordinator name. They're just like, oh, the guys that are calling the plays. Yeah, Mac Jones, I mean, he came back to that sideline. I think he chucked his helmet to the ground or something, and he was like, throw the fucking ball. The run game sucks. And at first, when I saw it on Twitter early this morning, I thought that it was I thought it was a meme, that they just put the, because they bleeped out his mouth or whatever, and did the quotes with it. And then I saw it again before I was, before we started recording, that, he did actually say it. And after the game, he was like, he felt like they needed chunk plays, and he let the emotions get the best of him. Honestly, he had a right to be frustrated. Obviously, as the quarterback, you want to, and he's not necessarily established quarterback, you want to be careful what you say, in my opinion. But it also does fall on him as well. He's got to do better and stuff. But again, I've been saying this about the Patriots all season and pretty much off season, that they need to put more around him as far as the wide receiver position goes. They do have a good running back in, what is it, Ramondre Stevenson. Yeah. But as far as this game goes, I saw bits and pieces. I definitely did see the third quarter pretty much in full length, but I didn't watch the full quarter. It was pretty much done at that point. That Josh Allen touchdown, I can't remember to who it was. It was either Stephon Diggs or Gabe Davis, because those were the only two that caught touchdowns. He was sliding out to the right, just about out of bounds. And literally, he probably was like less than an inch from having his foot out of bounds, and just threw. Honestly, I just thought about a Patrick Mahomes type pass. I mean, because that's what it looked like. And, for a second, they was like, what? Did he actually keep his balance? Did he stay in bounds? And sure enough, he did. So, yeah, good to see the Bills. They're back in the driver's seat in the AFC East for now. Of course, Miami is pending on Sunday. I think they'll have the tiebreaker, if I'm not mistaken, because Buffalo would have been 0-3 in the division if they had lost this game. So definitely a much needed win there on the road for the Bills.
Yeah, that was crazy. And piggybacking off what you're saying about Mac Jones, like he only averaged 4.9 yards pass per attempt, and he threw the ball about 36 times. So it was like dink and dunk, man. I don't want to hear any excuses. Oh, who does he have throwing him to? Or, he don't got any weapons around him. Those people in the NFL, they can play. Throw the damn ball. If you want to get something done, you got to go out there. Like you said, it ain't all on the play calling. You out there, audible or something. You see something you like, chuck it.
Exactly.
So, you got to live up to it too, man. Can't just blame it on the play calling. You got to play better as well. I mean, what are they, 6-6 now? So, they still got a chance, but
yeah, they still got a shot, but it's kind of skim right now.
Yeah,
honestly,
sure is.
It's kind of skim. It's going to be some tough sledding for them to get in the playoffs at this rate.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of the AFC East, we have a team in action in Minnesota on Sunday afternoon. Early window game for this one. Jets 7-4, Vikings 9-2. What a turnaround for the Jets last week against the Bears team. I know they were without Justin Fields. they're going into this game with momentum. I think they do have a chance in this one. They're really good on the road this year. And of course, I just mentioned the spark that they had with, I believe, was it Mike White? I want to make sure I got his, Mike White is the quarterback there now. Zach Wilson wasn't even dressed for that game. So yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, Joe Flacco
was the backup.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the Jets defense, they're really good as well. I mean, top 5 good. They'll be giving Kirk Cousins some fits as well. But I'll be watching the matchup between Justin Jefferson and Ahmad Sauce Gardner. He was my preseason pick for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'm sure a lot of people kind of felt that way as well. 2 of the guys that they're at the top of their position. At this rate, I'm going to go with the Jets right now. I am a bit nervous, though, with that pick because I believe everyone's expecting them to capitalize off of last week. And their defense is very stout. So, and they play very well. They already played well under Saleh. So this offense is rallying around Mike White again. So what are you looking forward to in this game?
This is a toss-up for me right now. I like the Jets a lot too. Now that they got Mike White, early in the year, I was banging the drum like, please, Elijah Moore, free him. Somebody throwing the ball or something. You see, they take where Zach Wilson put him on a bench so he can learn his lesson. They put Mike White in the game, and he gets his first touchdown of the season. Freaking damn 12 weeks into the season. That's crazy. Yeah. All the promise he showed. Don't let me get ranting on Elijah Moore. But I was pleasantly surprised by the way the Vikings handled themselves last week against the Patriots. I honestly thought they were going to get upset, but they found a way to pull it out. So right now I'm leaning toward the Vikings. But like you said about that Jets defense, man, especially the defensive line, Quinnen Williams, I wouldn't be surprised if I heard his name a lot. He's one of the best defensive tackles, and he's a young guy too in this league. I wouldn't be surprised if he made a couple of plays out there to decide the game. But right now, I like Mike White, but his sample size is a little too small for me. Kirk Cousins, even though you know how I feel about him, he's on and off. I trust him a little bit more. I am looking forward to that Justin Jefferson, Sauce Gardner matchup as well. But I think, man, Justin Jefferson he's a top dog out there. I don't know if Sauce Gardner is going to be able to do enough to contain him. I think Justin Jefferson is going to make some plays, and those plays will help the Vikings win the game. And of course, they got Dalvin Cook and Adam Thielen in the crew. They got TJ Hockenson too. I think the more he plays, he's going to get more involved in our offense. He'll probably be a big weapon as we go down the season. So right now I'm picking the Vikings, but I think this will be a good game. But I got the Vikings in this one. But it's definitely one of the games I'm going to keep an eye on for sure.
Definitely. All right. Who would have thought this game would have been relevant heading into this season? Commanders and Giants, Sunday afternoon from MetLife Stadium. It's a 1:00 p.m. Eastern time kickoff, everyone. How do you feel about your team's chances traveling up I-95?
Boy. Before, I wasn't here last week. The game before, I was like, man, I think the Falcons going to go in there and win it. And they proved me wrong. Even though that drive at the end, my blood pressure was rising. Each time they got first down, getting closer and closer to that goal line. I kind of feel the same way about the Giants. I could see Daniel Jones not throwing for a bunch on us, but I could see him rushing and gashing us, going for like 100 yards rushing. I could see that happening. I think we can contain Saquon Barkley for the most part, but I don't know, man. This is a toss-up game for me right now. I'm not sure if Chase Young is going to play. Hopefully he makes his debut, but who knows how it will look when he will be out there. I mean, this will be his first game if he does play, so it will probably be a little rusty, especially coming off an ACL injury. And I think Antonio Gibson is having issues right now. I think he has a foot issue. So that 1-2 punch, him and Brian Robinson, I really like that going forward. So if he's not playing or if he's limited, I wonder how that will affect the run game. And he's really good of catching the ball in the backfield. So it's a toss-up for me right now, man. But I'm gonna stick with Washington. Heineke, just don't make any mistakes. Just be a game manager. Make the right pass when you see it. Throw it to McLaurin. I think he's the best wide receiver in the NFC East. That's a homer in me. I know we got CeeDee Lamb and AJ Brown, but I'll pick him over those guys. So I'm gonna stick with Washington, but we'll see what happens. What about you? How you feeling about this one?
Commanders on the road, 3 straight wins. Goal line defensive play last week secured a win with the Kyle Fuller interception. And I mentioned the turnovers because the Giants have had a few over the past few games. They only had one last week, I believe, but they definitely had some the week before. I want to say that was Detroit. I can't remember exactly. There at MetLife as well. It's something that y'all could take advantage of. But I'm most looking forward to the running backs. As you mentioned, Antonio Gibson. I like Brian Robinson Jr., especially, it's a feel-good story with him. But I've been watching him since he came out of college anyway, especially in training camp. And Saquon enters this game fourth in the league in rushing as well. But I will say that flat out, Scary Terry's going to get his on Sunday. He's going to have a big game, in my opinion, against that Giants secondary for sure. I think they definitely were exposed the last couple of weeks. Giants need this win way more than the Commanders do right now. They've lost 2 straight, and they're starting to look, like the old Giants, honestly. And I think that if they do win this game, I can believe that they can be a playoff team. You know what I'm saying? Be one of those teams that we feel like is worthy of going to the playoffs. We know that they're decent this year. They're good, whatever you want to say. And some people, have said otherwise, but I think if they get this win against a hot Commanders team, a division rival, coming off 2 straight losses, they'll definitely be worthy of going to the playoffs. Let's go, Danny Dimes. It's time for you to step up. You need a rebound game for real. But with that being said, I'm going to lean towards the Commanders as of right now. I think that momentum is with Washington. Giants don't have momentum right now. They got beat pretty soundly by the Cowboys last week, despite the score only being, an 8-point loss. It was pretty much a Dallas domination past halftime. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Commanders as of now.
Yeah, we play these guys this week, and then 2 weeks from now, December 18th too. So we'll see them again very soon.
Absolutely.
Be interesting. All right, so Titans and the Eagles. AJ Brown's going against his former team. I know he's going to want to win that game. I know Vrabel's going to want to win that game as well. What do you think about this one, Brandon?
Yeah, 2 division leaders, 2 great offenses, 2 great rushing offenses, excuse me. But the Titans, they aren't so good on defense besides the front 4. I mean, Mike Vrabel led defense, ranked number 21, giving up more than 351 yards per game. My eye will be on, of course, Derrick Henry in this one. He was held in check last week, but that rarely happens 2 games in a row. So I expect some revenge for him. Plus, we all know the Eagles' run defense has been horrendous over the last couple weeks, for sure. But this game is hard for me to decide right now. I could see it going either way, but I guess because Philly's at home, I'll go with them. They're 5-1 at home. I wouldn't be surprised though. It goes either way for sure. What do you feel about it?
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning toward the Eagles as well. I know they recently picked up Ndamukong Suh, and I forgot the other guy's name. His name slips
big defensive tackle. I forgot his name too.
Yeah, but I know Jordan Davis, their rookie D tackle, he's getting healthier. He might be able to play. So we'll see. I know when he was playing, you couldn't run on them for nothing. So I'm just interested to see how AJ Brown's going to do out there. If they're going to feature him a lot, just to stick it to his old team, or if the Titans are going to try to shut him down. So I'm interested in that matchup. But I think Jalen Hurts will make enough plays against the Titans defense to win the game for the Eagles. So I'm gonna pick the Eagles right now, but I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. And, it all depends on Ryan Tannehill, man. He can go out there and throw 3 touchdowns to guys you never heard of and surprise everyone, or he could look like Ryan Tannehill does look in the playoffs, where he goes out there and lays a stinker and you're like, dang, they need to move on from him. So we'll see how he plays. That Eagles defense, I know they're going to be pinning their earbacks trying to get after him, but we'll see. I know he's out on Robert Woods. He's starting to look like his old self after he's recovered from that ACL injury. So we'll see if he can do some things out there. But for right now, I got the Eagles in this one, especially since it's a home game for them too. They got some momentum on their side now, winning some games again, 10-1. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Eagles in this one. Gonna go with the Eagles. So let's move over back to the AFC. We got the Chiefs at the Bengals, Super Bowl rematch. Jamar Chase might come back in this game, and I think Joe Mixon, he was out the last couple of weeks, I believe, with a concussion. He might be coming back as well. So Brandon, what do you think about this game?
Into the AFC Championship game, everyone last year, I told the guys in my pick leagues that Mahomes was going to come back with a vengeance and win the MVP this season. I kept that message the same in my preseason predictions, and he's certainly living up to it. Kansas City, as usual, number one ranked offense, number one ranked passing offense. Mahomes leads the league in touchdown passes, and they're slowly getting the running game going. They got that guy, was it Pika? Something.
Isaiah Pacheco.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you for that. And then to make matters worse, Cincinnati ranks number 29 in total defense. So this could go blowout way. The only reason why I would say, slow it down, Brandon, is because Cincinnati has that quick strike offense for sure. You mentioned Jamar Chase is likely going to be back for this one, but T. Higgins had himself a field day last week. Tyler Boyd can turn it on at any time. Hayden Hurst is coming back looking like, the promising young tight end that he was going to be. And of course, the running backs, they're doing it again without Joe Mixon the last couple of weeks or, last couple of games, whatever. So yeah, Kansas City though, I think I'm going to go with them, even though it's in Cincinnati. I mean, it's hard for me to pick against them now that I have respect for them. I used to hate them. I still kind of do hate them, but I still got to respect them. I mean, these guys, they got a 5-game win streak. That's the longest in the NFL, tied with the Dolphins. So, yeah. And that's not even being biased, everyone. I know I'm a Ravens fan. I'm not saying it because I want the Bengals to lose. I would honestly not be surprised if this game goes either way, and I'm sure a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah, I'm tripping. I said Super Bowl. I meant AFC Championship. Like
we know
said.
what you meant.
I need some premium products so I can focus better. But Chiefs and Bengals. I think this is a toss-up. Honestly, I gotta see if Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon are gonna play. But I think the Bengals offense. I think they're gonna be slow and methodical. I don't think they're gonna try to have those too many big plays. I think they're just gonna try to keep Mahomes off the field as much as possible. Win that time of possession, tire out that Chiefs defense, and try to win the game that way. But like you said, it's the Chiefs. What, they 9-2 right now? They starting the guy Isaiah Pacheco starting to run the ball better. They picked up Melvin Gordon. I gotta see, do they play the Broncos again? Because I want to see if he'll be available to play the Broncos. I know he'll probably gonna want to go crazy against them. But as far as this game to go, I think I'm gonna go with the Chiefs too. Mahomes, Kelsey. I think Juju Smith-Schuster might be coming back as well. He had that big hit a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately, he had that concussion and he didn't do too well with that hit. So I think he might be revving to play again as well. They'll have another weapon is back. I think McCole Hartman is on IR right now, so he won't be available. But I know Mahomes, especially, he wants some get back for the AFC Championship loss too. So, yeah. But we'll see. Joe Burrow's got one up on him now. He might just have that in his mind, like, I can beat this guy, so I can just go out there and do it. But I think I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I like their defense a little bit more than I like the Bengals defense. I think it'll come down who's gonna stop the run. Whoever can stop the run, then they'll probably win. Yep. And I like the Chiefs a little bit more right now. But I'm going to give the Bengals a chance. But I'm going to go with the Chiefs in this one. Close game, though. I like the Chiefs.
Yeah, and I know I mentioned the Cincy defense is ranked number 29, but like you mentioned that they beat them last year, and they completely dominated Kansas City in the second half of that game. Like, Mahomes looked like a rookie quarterback, honestly, in that second half of that game. So, yeah, and then mentioned the schedule. The Chiefs and Broncos have not played yet this year, so they will have two times for Melvin Gordon to face his former team coming up. I think the next game is on the 11th. I believe that's next week. if I'm not mistaken. And I think they play again week 17. So yeah, turning the page to the West Coast, student versus the teacher, everyone. Mike McDaniel and his 8-3 Dolphins, they're traveling to Santa Clara to take on his old boss, Kyle Shanahan, and the NFC West leading 49ers. I love good defense, and the 49ers are playing some damn good defense, everyone. Number one in the league, led by D'Amico Ryans. Definitely should be a head coaching candidate again, for sure. But they'll have their hands full this week with Tyreek, Tua, and Jalen coming to town, and the number 3 ranked overall offense in the league. San Fran, they struggled against some offenses, good offenses this year. Kansas City, we know they lit them up a couple weeks back. That was at home. And the Falcons also went up and down the field against them in Atlanta earlier this season as well. I think they'll be able to contain Tua for the most part, but we know that Jalen and Tyreek are going to get theirs after the catch. You know, that's what they do very well. Nothing too flashy last week for San Fran offensively, but I expect them to try to run the ball, try to keep that hot Miami offense on the sidelines. If I had to pick right now, I'd go with San Fran, but another close game. I'll definitely be watching both of these late game window games, Dolphins and 49ers and Chiefs and Bengals for sure. How do you feel about this contest?
This might be, I think this is the game of the week for me. I'm really looking forward to this matchup. Like you said, our 49ers defense, both of those guys, Fred Warner and crew, they're going to be going after Tua. But I'm kind of leaning toward the Dolphins right now, man. It just Tua in that offense, it's like his timing and accuracy. He gets the ball out when it needs to be get out, and he's hitting people in stride. Waddle and Hill, you hit them in stride, they might take it to the house on the damn 5-yard slant. So we'll see. And then, this former Niners playing, Raheem Mostert, he's on the Dolphins now. So if he's able to play, I think he's been limited in practice this week. If he's able to play, he might try to make a name out there, try to prove it to his old team. Like, y'all traded got McCaffrey. Well, y'all gonna miss me because I'm about to do it out here. So we'll see how that goes. And then, the Dolphins defense, well, they just went all in. They traded for Bradley Chubb as well. I think he's going to go out there and disrupt Garoppolo and crew. So this is a really interesting game for me. I know the 49ers probably have a little bit more weapons. Well, even that's debatable. You got Debo, George Kittle, McCaffrey, but then on the other side, you got freaking Waddle, Hill, Mostert, Jeff Wilson. They can run the ball as well. So this is a very tough matchup for me. I think it's going to be high scoring. I think both of these offenses are going to not have too many problems with the defense. Maybe a player or two, or Bosa or Chubb or somebody, a star on the, one of the defense forces a big play, catches a turnover or something like that. But I like Tua a little bit more than I like Garoppolo. So I think Tua will make a play or two more than Garoppolo will. And I got the Dolphins winning this game. Very close game, though. That's how I see it. And let's look at these other games on the schedule. We got a full slate. There's only two teams in a bye this week. So these other games, we got the Saints at the Buccaneers, Colts at the Cowboys, Chargers at the Raiders, Seahawks at the Rams, Browns at the Texans. Deshaun's coming back, everyone. Broncos at the Ravens, Jaguars at the Lions, Packers at the Bears, and Steelers at the Falcons. Brandon, which games are you going to be keeping an eye
on? Steelers and Falcons. I'm still intrigued that Mike Tomlin's not going to finish this year with a losing record. He's yet to do it in his career, so I think they'll start taking a couple wins here and there. They won last week. I thought they was going to lose to the Colts, but they beat them. And Atlanta's so up and down, so you can't necessarily rely on them. And then, of course, my boy Aaron Rodgers, he's going back to to Soldier Field, where last year, they beat the hell out of the Bears, and he scored on a rushing touchdown. And we all know after that, I still own you. I own you. I still own you.
Loved it.
And the press conference was even funny as well after that. So yeah, I'll be watching that. And then, like you said, Deshaun's coming back. I don't think a lot of people are talking about this game being competitive. I think it will be.
Me too.
The Browns are, they're up and down, but, they're getting their quarterback back, so they'll be motivated. Of course, Deshaun will have some motivation. Not only has he been sitting for more than a year, he's playing his former team in their house. And the Texans are playing good this year. So, yeah, give me the Browns, Texans, Packers, Bears, and Steelers, Falcons. Who you'll be watching closely on Sunday?
You ain't gonna be watching your Ravens and the Broncos?
Oh yeah, that'll be on the 1 o'clock. From 1 to 4 Eastern, 12 to 3 Central, my time. I'll definitely be watching it, but I will be keeping my close eye on some of the other ones for sure.
Definitely. I'm definitely looking at the Browns Texas game as well. I saw an article, there was like 10 of Deshaun Watson's accusers are also going to be at that game. So I just want to see if he's going to have any nerves or what the emotions are going to be when he's coming back. And like you said, even though the Texans are like 1 and whatever, 2 and whatever, most of these games they've been playing close and good. And I think Lovie Smith is going to have them boys out there ready to play. I know that front office in those crew, even though Jack Easterby got let go, thank God. Even though he got let go, I know that front office wants to stick it to Deshaun as well. So I'm interested to see how that game will play out. It's kind of like not too similar, but kind of reminds me of the Seahawks and the Broncos where Russell Wilson came back to town. So I'm interested to see who's going to win that matchup. Then, I got to keep an eye on these divisional teams in my division. So I'll be looking at the Colts Cowboys. Hopefully the Colts can upset the Cowboys. But we'll see what happens. Jaguars Lions. I'm looking at that game mostly for fantasy purposes, but I'll be keeping an eye on that game. I got Christian Kirk and Trevor Lawrence as well on my team, so I'll see how they are. The Lions, they're kind of one of those teams as well. Look at their record, but look at their the games they played. They played a lot of teams close.
Playing very hard.
Hutchinson, I gotta check his stats, but I feel like he's a good contender for rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year. And a lot of these games are really good. Seahawks, Rams. I'm looking at the Broncos Ravens game as well. See how Lamar responds after the that I don't guess you could call it collapse against the Jaguars. See how he responds. Did you see he got a little bit of controversy after the game?
Yeah.
He got on social media, somebody said something to him and he went back at him real hard. So we'll see how he responds on the field against the Broncos country. I sent you a tweet. I don't know if you saw it or not. It was about that movie. Was it Friday After Next?
Yeah.
What have you seen that movie?
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Where Pinky he had a driver. he had a limo driver. He was like, "Come on, man." He was like, "Whatever, motherfucker." And the tweet was like, Russell Wilson's Broncos country, let's ride. And the Broncos like, "Whatever, motherfucker." I thought that shit was hilarious. So, and then Saints and Buccaneers, the damn NFC South is so damn miserable. I think everybody is over or under 500 or right there. Who knows? The Saints win this game, they might be in first place the way this should be going. I mean, the Falcons are 5-7, and they they in second place in that division right now. So who knows what the win will do for the Saints? Tom Brady's never been under 500 at this point in his career, so this is kind of like a crossroads for him. So I'm interested to see how he'll respond as well. So I'm gonna be watching a lot of these games. Hopefully, Red Zone will show a good portion of these games, not focus on like 4 or 5 like they normally do. I don't want to get too much in that though. But yeah, that's the games I'll be watching as well. And you good with the outro, bro?
Yeah, I got you. All right, everyone. That'll do it for another episode of the Breaking Entering podcast. Arizona and Carolina. I know y'all struggling this year, so y'all take this time this week and enjoy your bye week. Fans, players, everyone. I know Kyler got a little drama going on out there with Patrick Peterson and everything. So yeah, everyone relax your minds. Have a good bye week and enjoy these games. Everyone, week 13 is headed your direction.
Peace.